let's go ahead and officially start this project. Yeah, I just want to talk about this. I want to talk about some of my ideas and concepts, where my head was at, and the direction that I'm going to be taking this project in, as well as what the next step is and what it entails. I know what this looks like. I know it looks like I'm just now sitting down to start my schoolwork that's due tomorrow morning. I'm just here to say that that is completely true. I don't know how to do this. This is not good. I am proud to announce the grade that we got on the project. Drum roll, please. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristina Clarke. I'm 20 years old and I am a junior in college. I go to Liberty University, and on my channel I predominantly post faith-based and lifestyle content. So if those are videos that you enjoy watching, please subscribe. I would love to have you guys a part of the family. We have so much fun here. Today's video is a very different video. I thought it would be super interesting to film what it's like completing a graphic design project. I am currently in a graphic design class. It's Arts 222 at Liberty University. And we do a lot of graphic design projects, and I personally love graphic design. I have like a whole separate Instagram dedicated to creating graphics, so it's definitely a hobby, a passion of mine. If you are a graphic designer, if you are taking classes for graphic design, you've probably heard of the design process, and there's certain steps that you have to follow when creating like a graphic or doing a project of some sorts. So I thought it would be super cool, super fun, kind of unique, kind of different to take you guys along with me with each step of the graphic design process, following my project from start to finish, before I know what the heck I'm doing, to the final end result, and then show you guys what my grade is. So if you would like to keep on watching, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. When I'm with you, when I'm with you. So yeah, we're gonna be working on my project for my graphic design class. I think this video is gonna prove like really interesting, cool if you are a graphic designer, or if you're interested in pursuing that avenue as a career path, or if you simply just like creating, if you like being artsy, if you like graphic design, or if you just want an entertaining video to watch. That's what I feel like this is. So there's two main components to this video. One, the design process, and also the actual project itself. First, I want to talk about the design process so we're on the same page. I'm not going to give you a full-out lecture, but I'm going to briefly just go over the steps so you know what they are and what you're going to be watching. And then I'm going to tell you guys what the project is, and then we'll get on into creating. So the design process. The design process is so important as a creator of anything, because it's not just applicable for graphic design. It's so honestly universal. It's basically about starting off with a concept and then following it through to completion. If you look up what the design process is, you're gonna see probably a bunch of variations of what I'm about to tell you. This is just what I got in my lecture at college, so that's the version I'm gonna be sharing with you guys, but there's so many different ways to word these steps. It doesn't change the content of each individual step, but it's just different wording. Number one, ask questions and do your research. You want to ask who, what, how, maybe even when. You want to create maybe a nice little mood board, and you want to get some details. You don't want to walk into something blindly, especially if you are creating something for a client, something that you know nothing about. That research is very helpful. Number two, brainstorming. You want to write it down, word list, all that fun stuff. Step number three, honestly, step number three is broken down into three subcategories, because the step is to sketch. You want to sketch. But the three subsets, the subcategories, are thumbnails. You want to make rough sketches. Then you move on to rough drafts, which are larger and more well put together versions of your thumbnail sketches. And then your comps, your computer designs. And that's when you actually start doing things on the computer, because everything before that is going to be done by hand unless you make like a Pinterest board for your research. Step number four is critique and feedback. Number five is revisions, going back to what you did and fixing it and taking the criticism and making your work better. Step number six is to repeat. Seven is to implement and send the files to the printer. So printing them. 8 is present your ideas, present your project. And number 9 is to assess your work and your finished product. So that is the design process. Now on to what I'm actually doing. I have my computer right here. Basically, I'm going to be making a 3-fold brochure, and it's going to be of any place, any location. So for this project, I have to have word lists and a brainstorm. I have to have written content. What is that? I don't know what written content means, but we'll figure it out. Research, thumbnails, roughs, comps, and finals. So the meat of this video is going to be in the beginning part, like doing the research and the word list, making a pictures board, then all the sketches, you know, like the thumbnails, rough drafts, comps, final project, all of that will be the chunk of this video. I'm not going to focus too much on repeating and presenting and assessing because that's boring. I guess you can focus on anything that you want to talk about within the brochure, maybe like tourist attractions, how to navigate the city or country, wherever you choose, things like that. It says I can't have any more than 5 colors, so there's that. Now, be sure to apply all the principles of design to create a successful brochure. So that is the project. Have I started? No. Let's go ahead and officially start this project. Woohoo! Kristina finally doing her schoolwork. Yes, we love that. Today is currently Thursday, April 22nd, 2021, 5:40 p.m. If you were really curious as to the time. This project isn't going to be due until, I want to say, the end of the first week of May, whenever finals are due. First things first is I need to pick a place for my brochure. Last time I was in class, when she introduced the project, I actually asked her if I could do Virginia Beach, since that's where I'm from, born and raised for like 18 years of my life. So the first step of this graphic design process is due tomorrow because I have my graphic design class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't really know what's due tomorrow, but I'm assuming steps 1 and 2, the research and the brainstorm. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today on this fine Thursday.
It's sunny at most days. You'll never see the sky if you keep looking down. And if you take the wrong way, then maybe you should stay instead of turning around. So would you keep on going? I know that you're in the open, hoping that you'll be okay. Don't stay looking out the window. And how late do you plan on going? Nowhere. Afraid of all the things you don't know. There's so many reasons you should care. Don't stay looking out the window. And how late do you plan on going? Nowhere.
Word, I think I'm done.
All the things you don't know. There's so many reasons you should care. The sun is setting down soon.
All right, I think it's time to move on to the next step. So now that we have step number 1 done, we need to brainstorm. I need to brainstorm what I want to put in this. I need to write it down physically. I think my brainstorm has to be 2 pages, 8 by 5 times 11, minimum full of word associations and webs. So basically, I just need 2 pages of regular computer paper filled up of brainstorming, word list, things like that, of what I'm going to do, what I'm going to put on this brochure, and figuring it out. So let's go ahead and do that.
I play back when it's over, the back when it's over, back when it's over. I want back when it's back when it's over. The way you touch on my shoulder. I want back when it's over, the back when it's over. Try to walk straight, but I'm stumbling down. Try to walk away, but I'm coming back now. I knew I needed you, but I didn't know how. Why I try so hard. Don't know what to do when it's making me cry. There's nothing in this world that we can't do. Flowers even mad about it, 'cause they can't bloom like you don't. I don't see a way around it, 'cause everything has led me straight to you. It's nothing new. Baby, I'm outside, been thinking about you all night. Been thinking it ain't right if you and me only see us in our dreams. I'm outside, been thinking about you all night, been thinking it ain't right if you and me only.
Okay, so you guys just saw me finish my thumbnails. It was actually pretty nice because we only had to do 5 versions of the brochure. So 10 sketches altogether of the front and the back, which usually we have to do a whole lot more. Like for our first project, it was a social media / poster kind of a thing for a random event, and we had to make, I think it was 25 poster thumbnails and then an additional 25 social media posts. So it was a lot. But hey, that's the design process for you. Yeah, I just want to talk about this. I want to talk about some of my ideas and concepts, where my head was at, and the direction that I'm going to be taking this project in, as well as what the next step is and what it entails. These are rough drafts, and these are thumbnail sketches. Keyword sketches. So because they are sketches, it's not like the final product. It's not like the final draft, because like that's a lot. Especially to make so many thumbnail sketches, which this didn't have too many because thank the good Lord my professor took it easy. Usually you would do quite a few more and you would have a bunch of options, which I know it's so easy, maybe as like graphic designers or people who like to create, like you just want to, you have a good idea and you want to go with it, you want to run with it, and that's not like, it's not a bad thing, but the purpose of the design process is to stop, to force yourself to keep creating, to, I guess, exhaust your creative box. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but to keep creating even when you think that you've created all you could, to push the limits and to maybe do something that you never would have thought to have done before. So the whole purpose of this is to just understand like what kind of layouts you want, where do you want certain things in certain aspects, what do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on one area of the brochure, just using the brochure as an example, of like maybe transportation, or do you want to focus on the city as a whole, and how would you want to see that captured on your work? So the first one, I basically wanted to play off of boxes, not layered at all, just regular boxes, and I just played around with the layout. So again, yes, I'm doing Virginia Beach and I have the cover. It's very simple, very plain. I decided when talking about the beach on my brochure, I want to incorporate like 2 sections for it, because in Virginia Beach, if you don't know anything about Virginia Beach, there is Sandbridge Beach, which is more of the local area, and then there's the oceanfront, which locals do still live there, but it's very touristy because you have the strip, you have the boardwalk, all of the tourist attractions, and that's where the streets are like labeled 1st Street, 2nd Street, and all the way to like 50, 70th, and so on. So yeah, when you see the word Sandbridge and oceanfront, that's where I'm going to be talking about the different beaches and kind of what they provide attraction wise. Yeah, first design I feel like is very simple. There's not much to it. I don't really know how to explain it. I just wanted it to kind of capitalize on one-dimensional boxes. And so the second design focuses more on like 2-dimensional boxes and capitalizing on more than one box. So you'll see the layering aspect. And again, the details are pretty much the same. You'll notice I don't have specifics, like specific descriptions written out in these sketches, because these are just rough drafts. These are the thumbnails. You don't have to go into super crazy detail. Number 3 is one of my favorites. You can see it says the ordinary vibes, and where I was drawing my inspiration from was, yes, one inspo pic on my Pinterest board, but if you know the skincare brand The Ordinary, that's where I was getting a lot of my inspo. Very simple, very plain, minimalistic, but still like having content, still having necessary titles, descriptions, and whatnot. Number 4 pulls from, I guess, a bunch of different shapes. I would think abstract, popping out. There's layering, there's a variety of shapes and sizes. You'll see different design elements like repetition. I wanted to play off of contrast. That's at least where my brain was. Again, these are sketches, so you can't really tell. But there is hierarchy that you can see with, if you see the inside of number 4, you can see the food is very much so magnified and larger versus the scribbles, which would be the print. And a good design project or anything that you work on wants to have good hierarchy, also good alignment and balance in different aspects like that. So You can see that a lot with this one. I feel like this is very like all over the place for me, and I don't think I'm gonna pursue this option like further, but it was a design concept. Last but not least, we have number 5. I really had no idea. This is very simple, but I just capitalize on bubble letters. That's just where I focus my attention. I don't think I'm going to be using this option as well, but I do like the front. I like how the titles are very much aligned. So these are all of my sketches. I think the one that I am leaning towards, honestly, is number 3. Number 3 is the one that takes after the brand The Ordinary. I just really like how simplistic it is. I don't want it to be over the top. I don't want it to be super complicated. I don't want there to be just a bunch of overwhelming stuff on the pamphlet. I feel like I've just seen a lot of pamphlets or brochures that just have a lot going on, and that just like turns me off to the max. Yeah, I just really love the font that's used, and there's so many different ways that you could take this in, and I think that's the one that I'm going to be doing. And then I'll probably incorporate some of the other principles of the different designs, but in terms of layout and structure and font and things like that, it will primarily be based on number 3. Now that I know the design and the concept that I want to do, it's now time to move on to the next step. And the next step, according to my class, tomorrow I need to walk into the room with one final rough draft, and this is the last rough draft before you bring it to the computer and start working on your comps. What your girl has to do is take a full piece of paper, an 8x5 by 11, and sketch this bad boy out like it's the real deal. It does have to be a little neater, a little bit more well put together. Again, it doesn't have to have specifics and the descriptions written out to the max. No, but it does need to be larger, better, cleaner, more concise, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next step and get to work. Maybe. I think I'm just gonna do it later.
There's something about you. There's something about the way that you move. Dancing all alone in the pool. You took my heart a little too soon. There's something about you. I like it when you pull me real close. We try to keep each other afloat. We both know where this is gonna go. With your hand on my cheek, going 95 at night. You're a freak, you don't say, you're exactly what I like. Exactly what I like. With your hand on my cheek, going 95 at night.
Okay, so it is Thursday. As you guys saw, I finished my final rough draft, and now it is time to take that rough draft and make a computer draft. So that is the next step. That's what I'm going to be working on today, and that is what is due for my graphic design class tomorrow morning, because today is Thursday, and so tomorrow is Friday. Wow, she knows her days of the week. I think that is what's due tomorrow, just a computer rough draft. Let me text Sarah. I know what this looks like. I know it looks like I'm just now sitting down to start my schoolwork that's due tomorrow morning, and like a whole bunch of hours have passed since the last time I talked to you, and I'm just here to say that that is completely true. So I did end up texting Sarah, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow it's just like a black and white version of the comp is due. So I was gonna use Adobe Illustrator, but considering that my project is mostly text and not like graphics and a bunch of artwork and pictures and everything, that InDesign is probably gonna be a better bet because I have a lot of like typeface. So we're gonna go with that. Basically what my professor has done, she actually made a template, which is so convenient. And the template has like little directions of, this is the front, this is where you put the mailing address, this is the cover. And so that's really, really helpful. So I'm assuming tomorrow it's just the black and white version due. Go me. Summer vacay, where you at?
I don't think I'll ever fall in love with you, baby. I don't think I'll ever fall in love with you. But we're going through the same shit, just a different person. You keep me above the surface. It's hard, but I keep on learning from you. I hate feeling so uncertain. She left and I keep on searching.
So tomorrow is when you guys will see the finished product, the brochure that I will be turning in for a grade. It's the end of the semester, my brain is on fire. So yeah, we're gonna be studious, we're gonna get this done and power through.
Here through the night, lay me down slowly. Careful, I'm falling apart. Maybe just stay here, stay until I'm fine. It's never real until you feel like she got someone new. It's hard to deal when someone...
Happy submission day, y'all. That's so cheesy and corny. LOL. It is the day that my project is due, and we have finished. She's complete. I just have to print it out before I go to Lynchburg, Virginia to go to my graphic design class. So I just pulled up to my parents' office. I'm gonna waltz in like I own the place, and I'm gonna print my project and then get on the road, go to class, and turn it in. But this is finally the reveal. You guys saw kind of what it looked like. I mean, like, you saw the outline, you saw what my topic was, what some of the things I would be including on there was, or whatever the proper English term is. But I added all the colors, all the pictures, all the text, and I'm proud. I'm impressed, kind of. So I'm gonna go print. You guys get to come with me and help. Thanks. And you get to see my project. I'm just gonna leave my stuff in the car because this isn't a sketchy area and I don't feel like carrying a bunch of crap in, so. There's people here. I don't think my parents know I'm here. All right. I don't know if this is right.
I think I'm gonna go to sleep again and wake up alone.
Okay, so it printed, but I don't think it printed. I have to figure out how to get them both the same way, because this one's like this, but this one's upside down. So I don't know how to do this. This is not good. So I rotated this upside down so it can come out the right way. Yes. Okay, we have to go. Okay, I'm leaving. I got it to be the way that I needed it to be. There's this. There's the front. There's the back. And I just have to cut it and fold it. But I think I'm just gonna have to do that in class. It's gonna be fine. It's my last class. It is what it is. I have my coffee.
I stood up at the dark side of the blue, looking out for a half side to the truth. 'Cause don't it feel like a wind-up doll just left on the loose? Now the only consolation prize is maybe that the simulation got it right. And in that flash of light, are we the sum of all our wasted time? Because this life is
Yeah, I turned in my project. It's all done. It's all completed. She has it now. I just have to digitally submit it by 11:59 p.m. tonight. It was the last class. However, we have to come back Friday for the final. And the final is literally, it's not a project. This was kind of the final project that we're doing for this class, but the final is putting everything into this website called Behance and doing mock-ups and things like that, which I'm not going to show you guys. It's kind of boring, and I feel like that's just gonna add unnecessary length to this video. So yeah, I got myself a Dunkin' smoothie. If you know me, that's my not so guilty pleasure after my graphic design class. And I'm going to go to my logic class, have a day of classes, go home, do some homework, you know, that college lifestyle. But the next time that I will see you guys is when I'm telling you guys the grade that I got on it, as well as kind of reflecting over the whole process and maybe even the class a little bit, but mostly this project and the graphic design process. I have to go, but yeah, I will see you guys when it's time to reveal the final grade.
Oh, Adam and Eve, or an atom bomb was the start of this. Really worth the fall. Just take 12.
All right, and I'm back. This is water, but I figured, you know, it'd be a little bit more fancier if I had my water with lemon and a champagne flute versus a normal cup. I look like such a mess. My room is a mess. There's a lot going on. I have some outfits for a video that I'm gonna film back there. There's a lot. Last time I left off, I was in the car and I just finished my final exam. I had turned in everything for that class. I made my portfolio on Behance. And if you guys actually want to check out my Behance page, I'm going to link it in the description box down below so you can see what I mean by like mock-ups and the different projects that I did throughout this course. I think that'd be really cool if that's something that you're interested in. So I already looked at the grade, and I am proud to announce the grade that we got on the project. Drum roll, please. I got a 175 out of 175. Smart girl hours. Yes, I got an A. I'm so happy on it, and I'm ending the course with an A in that class. It's an intro to graphic design class, so it's not the most like challenging and rigorous course in the world, but it is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, all of those things, and I'm very proud of myself. I feel very accomplished. So yeah, I got an A on the project. I wanted to end this video with, yes, sharing my grade with you guys, but also just having like a little reflection moment over this project, over the course, and kind of talking about how much I didn't realize the graphic design process is like important and how much you really should use it in like your career, especially if you're a content creator, if you make YouTube videos, TikToks, like anything, if you're like a social media manager, anything like that. The graphic design process is so crucial. This class was definitely right up my alley. I was so happy to finally take this class. I'm so thankful that I had Natalie as my professor. I think she was just like phenomenal. She was so kind. She was praying for all of us over break, but during the class, and at the end of the semester she gave us a cute little note, which I actually used to bookmark my book. You can't sew, but yeah, and I learned a lot. In terms of the graphic design process in particular, when Natalie first introduced this, I was like, are you for real? Yeah, so initially hearing about the graphic design process, it really threw me for a loop, but as I've been implementing the graphic design process into my channel and into my thumbnails, I like, wow, it helps a lot. And not even just with thumbnails, but like with video titles and how you can make something a little bit better and the best that it could possibly be. I think that's really important as people who do make content, especially YouTube videos, that like the way that you market it to the world and your, you know, like your title, your tags, the thumbnail, the picture that represents what you want people to click on. It's so important. But the point of the thumbnails is that you're supposed to push yourself to keep creating even when you feel like you've exhausted all your options, and like, yes, you've created this, but now you have to think outside the box. You have to spend a little bit more time, effort, energy on creating something new, but still like revolving around the same topic that you were creating before. That makes sense. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was fun. This was filmed over like the course of 2 weeks, and now it's summer vacation. I look like a mess and a bum. We're having hot girl summer. And by hot girl summer, I literally mean reading books, healing, growing, spending time with the Lord, re-energizing, rejuvenating for my last year of college. That's crazy. Okay. Hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully you could find it helpful or useful. I really hope that you did. If you liked it, make sure to give it a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to have y'all a part of the family. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday. You can also follow me on my socials. They're popping up on the screen right now. I don't know why I said that so proper. Anyways, the only thing left to say, I think, is may the Lord bless you, may he keep you, may he make his beautiful and glorious face shine upon you. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.